The weather has finally changed to the point where we can safely bring out our annuals and get them potted up. So the first order of business is to empty out all of the old and dead and depleted potting soil. You can see that's pretty bad. I've done that already to a bunch of our pots. You can see that's all the stuff that's come out of our pots so far. Let me count how many pots have got to be potted up. There's 1, 2, 3. That was an old fountain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then on the side we have all of our herbs. I'm not going to count those individually, but that's going to have an elephant ear in it, so that's 15. And then in the front we have 16. That's the other half of that fountain. 17. 18. 19. 21 and 22. And I almost forgot 23. That's going to have another elephant ear. So you can see the soil in these pots really is pretty done. It's been more than a couple of years, and certainly all of the nutrients have gone after that long. So I'm going to have to get this as empty as I can. So this pot isn't full. In the bottom we would have put something light, like packing peanuts, or even old pots, just to take up some space in the bottom of the pot. And you can see here these penstemons. We're going to use those in these pots. We like to mix annuals and perennials. We find that the perennials make a good thriller in the middle of the pot, with the annuals providing the filler and the spiller. In the past we've put grasses in here. This is the first time we're going to try putting penstemons in the middle and then some annuals around. Should be good. So you can see that all of the old roots in here. So I do need to get as much of this potting soil out of here as I can, and because it's a big pot I can't just pick it up and tip it upside down, which is what I've done with some of the smaller ones. And then as the weather gets warmer, the pond comes to life. So I've fertilized these water lilies, and you can see all this algae that needs to come out. This algae is interesting stuff because it looks really slimy, but it's actually really dry. It's stringy because it's called string algae, and feels like hair. It's actually very interesting stuff. So over time, this algae, as the pond does its thing, will just disappear, but it's good to get it out while you can. You can actually squeeze that out and just throw it away. Amazing stuff. What a colour, look at that. And a lot of it ends up in here, in the skimmer. Although it's not looking so bad. Let's have a look. Because I cleaned it yesterday, so no, that's actually pretty good. That's actually very good. So I think the algae is actually starting to go away already. The frustrating thing is the way it clings to these water lilies. Not a lot that you can do about that. And of course, as the weather gets nicer, the weeds are very happy. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll recognise these guys. It's Campanula creeping bellflower, and I've been battling it for a number of years now. I do feel that I'm making an impact, but it's a difficult weed to fight because of the multiple ways that it can spread. So if we let it go to seed, it will flower, and then the seeds will blow on the wind and it will spread that way. Flowers are quite beautiful. Some people don't consider it a weed, but probably the main way that it spreads, you can see these rhizomes, and you can actually see the line as they pop up. So this was probably the main plant, and you can see this line that comes out. All of those come off of this main plant here, like that. And if you leave any of this in there, it'll just come back. However, I can see, maybe not so much here, but in other places I really can see. However, I can see, maybe not here, but in other places, I can see that I'm slowly having an impact on at least slowing down its spread. So thank you for joining me in the garden today. I will see you in the next video.